Alright, YouTube, we're going to be doing a second Reminiscing Down the Line video today. And this time it's going to be top 3 catches that Cam and I have had. However, the circumstances trying to get them
are just weird.
Just crazy weird. And we can't believe we even got these trains on film despite the fact that they were crazy as they were. So, let's see. And here's the first clip. This first clip, YouTube, comes to us from December 2016. NS 1071, which is... Which region?
Central New Jersey.
Central New Jersey. Remember, I used to always get that mixed. I always got that.
You called
Jersey Central Line or something. I forget what.
Yeah, it's Jersey Central Lines, but yeah.
It was going to be on a Barstow to like Modesto Manifest.
No, it was,
Barstow to Richmond, California. Yeah. It was going to be leaving Barstow around 1 p.m. according to a friend of ours at the time. And Cam and I were going like crazy, trying to fight traffic on the 15.
We've known about this. We're like, okay, we're going to go get it.
Yeah, we might as well.
We might as well go get it.
I don't remember what day of the week we chased after this, but here's the kicker, YouTube. We were on the 15 north of the 91 and getting towards where the 60 where Miraloma is. And that was, I think, like one of our first times we saw how bad traffic gets in that area.
Yeah.
Didn't we get a CSX unit that was down there at Miraloma too, I think, that day, if I remember correctly? I forget what unit it was.
I could pop that photo in this clip.
Yeah. And YouTube, we finally get through the traffic, finally get out of Cajon Pass, and I go balls to the wall driving down the 15 to get to Barstow. And here's the funny thing. I get off at Main Street right by Barstow's yard there. I see 1071's train pulling out of the yard. I'll never forget this. It was pulling out of the yard, heading towards the Mojave sub. Cam and I are like, shit! We literally...
This is the first time we've ever really messed with, like, the Mojave sub. So we don't know how fast, how slow. We kind of know nothing about that line.
Which we know currently between there and Barstow and Mojave and up into Tehachapi in this case. And we get over to Hinckley, and here they come hauling ass, finally past us, and we caught it. But here's the kicker.
I have my little Canon PowerShot A2500. Little point and shoot slow motherfucker. Shutter-wise. Like, pain in the butt. And I look at my photos as the power ripped by. I'm like, shit!
So
my shot's no good.
So as a result, we ended up getting on Interstate 58, and we ended up chasing this freaking train all the way towards Tehachapi. Cam, if you want to add the Tehachapi clip...
we gotta mention what happens in Boron.
Oh, yeah. Well, here's the kicker. I had to get gas at Boron, California, YouTube, and the moment I pop open my gas cap, and and I'm about to fill up, here comes 1071's train saying, nope, you're not getting gas today, hauling ass northbound on the Mojave. So I'm like, I had to put my gas cap back on, cancel the transaction, and didn't I leave the back? Didn't I leave the back of my Honda Element at the time?
Or was it the gas cap?
No, it's not the gas cap. That was in 2015.
Yeah, you did.
Didn't your wheelchair hang out like this? And I was stupid. No. But I left my back window. I forget why we were doing
tailgate, yeah.
Luckily, I closed it, before your wheelchair fall out.
Yeah.
And then we continued the chase. We ended up getting a pacing video. We the Interstate 58 at the time crossed over at a crossing. I think it's now a bridge that goes.
It's a bridge now, yeah.
Yeah, and we got it there, and then we chased all the way to the Tehachapi Depot. YouTube.
Oh my god, that thing was
just
was a mess.
It wouldn't give us a break. Now we didn't film it in Mojave, Cameron, or how we would know Tehachapi currently, as we do, and we didn't chase it into the mountains, which to this day I kind of regret.
We should have.
Looking back on it. But
if I could have redone something on that chase, that's it.
Yeah. So enjoy this crazy clip of it hauling past Hinckley on the Mojave sub. But there's a lot of backstory to that.
Oh yeah.
Enjoy. Me and Extreme Padre fan are all the way out here on the Mojave sub north of Barstow, YouTube. We got word that Norfolk Southern Unit 1071 was trailing on the Central New Jersey engine was trailing on this manifest. YouTube, we're just going to get the head end and we're going to be pursuing it across the Mojave sub. I can't believe you and I made it out here, Extreme Padre fan.
We beat this son of a bitch.
I know, jeez. Especially how traffic was in the LA basin. Woo! YouTube, we're just going to get the head end and then we're going to be flooring it down the 58.
I don't see Jonathan. Oh.
That you, Jonathan? How you doing, man? Whoops, sorry, YouTube. I'm aiming off in the wrong direction. Woo! How you doing, Jonathan?
What's up?
We just made it for this. Cam, get ready for a good picture.
Yep.
Woo!
I see it.
Oh, wants a dash 9 leading it. Nice.
I'll take it.
Oh, UP engine with it too. Nice. Woo! Woo! From outside of Barstow, me, an extreme Padre fan, have pursued this train all the way to Tehachapi, California. Norfolk Southern Unit 1071 is trailing on this. Woo! I'm not called the legendary cheering rail fan for nothing.
The sticks go already?
They always do this. There's a homeless idiot. Okay, good. He'll be across. Good. Yep, that's 1071's train cam. Yes, positive. Yes, it is. It is. Got the homeless guy got across. Okay. And they're going to be going pretty slow enough, Cam, so here goes. Here we go.
Here we go. Now this gets
Thankfully he did.
No, you can tell. I was like...
Yeah. Woo! You know what?
Huh?
You're in the way, Cam, but you don't... No, you're fine. No, stay on the railing, Cam. Stay on the railing. Stay on it. I don't care.
I'll walk you back. Don't worry.
Yeah. We're not going to get screwed here. Woo! Woo! Woohoo! 74-73. YouTube, the reason we came today, Norfolk Southern 1071. Woohoo! Yeah. Hey, Cam, how'd your shots turn out? Perfect. Yeah. Oh, we got it. What? We got him? What? It's possible he could be meeting some down in Cable, you never know. We got him! Woohoo! Yeah, YouTube, we pursue this just outside of Barstow to just to Boran there. Now we got it here at Tehachapi. Hard to believe we chased this all the way. 51-22 and 45-45. Those are the honors of ending the train. Look at that sun on it, man. What a good shot. Okay. YouTube, we pursued 1071 all the way across, and I never thought we'd go all the way to Tehachapi to get it. Great train. There goes 1071's train north into the mountain. Alright, YouTube, for this second clip, it's going to be of NS 8100, the nickel plate road heritage unit. However, before we show this clip, there's actually a little funny, little bad
I
history.
would not call funny.
Funny.
This was bad.
Painful history of Cam and I trying to get 8100 in the past, actually. 10 years ago, it was apparently, I think it was down in Long Beach.
It was at LAXT, I think it was.
Was it LAXT down there in Long Beach, I think? And Cam and I did not know our way around Long Beach back in late 2016, like, got a hiccup there. Late 2016 like we do currently, which we know our way around, like in the back.
$100 says we would find it no problem now.
Yeah. Well, one night I get off work, and according to somebody that we know, it said it was supposed to lead some stacker out of Dolores, like out, Pet Eastbound, whatever. And I don't remember what we did that made us miss it so epically here. Do you remember, Cam?
So, it must have left when we were in transit, I think.
Yeah. We didn't bother going up. Didn't we go up to Long Beach but we couldn't find it, or we just didn't know our way around? And we looked everywhere, and we had very bad info about where it was. And then somebody said it probably left Long Beach. So Cam and I made the crazy decision with a good friend of ours who's in the U.S. Army, by the way. God bless him, James Luna.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to you, James, for being part of the U.S. Armed Forces. We went all the way out to West Colton, and we literally pulled an all-nighter.
Oh,
I'm never doing that again. And we thought it was going to come
The sad thing is we did it once after that, too.
I know. Thankfully, we got redeemed with the other Heritage unit that happened. But anyway, we were waiting all night, YouTube, thinking it was going to come, the Alhambra sub, come by us, or, maybe it got word it went the LA sub and we would have went to the Diamonds, whatever,
Yeah.
Well, apparently the info we got, it never left Long Beach at that point. I think that's what we heard.
Yeah.
So the next day, we literally traveled all the way back to Long Beach, and just as night was starting to set in, they were past Ontario. So we ended up missing 8100 epically, terribly back in those days.
Oh, that was pain.
I remember telling James, we throw in the towel, and I remember I went to bed that night. I slept like the biggest log I could ever imagine. And I wake up around 1 a.m, and I realized they were gone. They were gone, and we could have maybe had it. I actually got angry.
Oh yeah.
Well,
and that thing came back and forth a couple times after that, and just we couldn't get it.
I remember it went by the Barstow cam on Virtual Railfan, and I'm like, gave it an angry look as it was going eastbound on some stacker. Well, YouTube, flash forward 8 years in 2020, late 2024. It comes in. I think it went down to Long Beach, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, it was probably like a LPC, LBE.
Yeah, or something like that to Thenard down in Long Beach.
Yeah.
Well, one night in December 2024, it ends up on a light power move. It passes the Fullerton cam. It's on a Watson shuttle job of all things.
Well, we don't realize this right away. We're like, fuck. It's probably going to go to spot 0, pick something up, and
go east.
Go east, because sometimes light power will go east, grab something from the spots at Esperanza, and go east. So we're thinking, shit.
However,
we're
thanks
screwed again.
However, thanks to a source that we had, we realized that was not true, and apparently they were gonna come back westbound towards Long Beach. They apparently hooked up at spot 0 at Esperanza. And I remember I stole a bunch of wings from my work, actually, and I'm like, it literally hit me like a ton of bricks, like, Cam, we actually have a freaking shot at 8100.
No, I was chilling on the couch. I think I was in the middle of dinner or something.
Yeah. And I'm like, it hit me like a ton of bricks. I'm like, we have a shot at 8100, and we did not waste any time, YouTube. I get down to Cam's place here, I pick him up, and I don't know how fast I was going up the 5.
You were flying.
Thank God it's light traffic in the middle of the night. And apparently we get word it was lined out of spot 0 going west towards Fullerton.
We're like, oh, fuck.
So we thought we were going to get at Fullerton. Nope, they were lined past frickin' Fullerton to Buena Park. And apparently they ended up coming behind a stack train with a Canadian Pacific leader, which we didn't know at that time. However, at that time, I actually didn't care. I was more focused on, 8100. And when I realized they were going to go past Buena Park, YouTube, and towards Long Beach, West Hobart was the place that we had to get it. Commerce, I think, was blocked by Sitcom at that time. I don't remember.
I think that was right, yeah.
And here's the funny thing. When I realized that, I was hauling ass up the 5, and I hit frickin' roadwork in Commerce right on the North 5. Like, I was ready to rip my hair out of my head.
Bad.
Fortunately, we got off the 5, got by Commerce, and went all the way to West Hobart. And within 20 minutes, here comes it. After 8 years of what it did to us in 2016, we redeemed ourselves and it hauled ass past us in West Hobart.
Yep.
Listen to my cheering in this clip, YouTube. You don't realize how happy Cam and I were.
I was so relieved.
But after we failed miserably getting it in 2016, it felt nice to get it in 2024. Enjoy this crazy clip of my cheering and watch and redeem ourselves 8 years later, YouTube. How's it going, YouTube? Me and Extreme Padre fan and our good friend Joe right here are up here at Eastern by Homeward. It is almost midnight, YouTube, but there's one reason, and one reason only. Cam and I flew up from the San Diego area to
Ass to get up here.
YouTube. This Heritage unit screwed me and Cam 8 years ago. We tried pulling an all-nighter in late 2016, but we didn't know our way around Long Beach at the time. Here comes a westbound Y-Watt job of all things with NS Nickel Plate Road 8100. Whoa!
Like if this should be leading.
Yeah. Oh, he's actually moving pretty good. Yeah, good luck, Cam. Nice. Okay, no, he's not going.
No, he's going slow. I'm good.
Okay, make sure shoot away, Cam. Woo! Shoot. Yeah! Woo-hoo! There it is. Woo-hoo! Yeah! We got him. Woo-hoo! Oh, sorry.
There it is.
There it is.
There you are, you son of a...
How'd you do?
Buddy!
Obviously, the floodlight is a little bit of trouble there. Can you work that?
Remember, this is raw. I have not edited.
Okay. We got him! Woohoo! I'm sorry if the floodlight didn't turn out as good.
You'll be alright.
Okay.
You'll be alright.
Have you shot with this floodlight many times here and you've made it work? Okay. Joe, thankfully, is reporting it. Woo! YouTube, that's our 17th NS Heritage right there together. I actually saw 80... Yeah. I saw 8025 a few years ago. Unfortunately, Cam was never with me during those periods, so...
I want to talk about it.
I know, Cam, right? Oh, God, after this... Mind if I post on Facebook, take a quick picture of your picture and post on Facebook? Yes! We were not going to let 8100 slip through our damn fingers today. Yeah, Joe, Say again? I've been waiting 5 days when it was waiting at Needles for a long time. Say again, Joe? Jeez. Well, you can, like you and me, me and Cam here, we can put it to rest finally.
No, I can't. I gotta be up in 5 hours for work again.
Oh, that sucks. But you weren't gonna let 8100 slip through your fingers, were you?
No. Now I don't care for it to reach.
Yeah, neither do Cam and I now. So we got him. Oh, we can put this damn Heritage unit to rest finally. 8 years ago, Cam, 8100 gave us the finger.
All right, good to see you guys. I got
All right, Joe. Good to see you very briefly, man. Oh. Whoa! Later, Joe. Joe's a good guy, YouTube. He's a big part of the rail fan community here in the LA base. I was gonna say. Negatory. Negatory. Their truck headlights forward. YouTube, you don't realize how happy we are to get 8100. Here's the end of this Y-Watt job from Esperanza. Fucking hell, that was good. Woohoo! Oh, jeez. YouTube, back in 2016, Cam and I got word that 8100 was supposed to go out on some UP stack.
Oh yeah, it wasn't.
Yeah. However, back in late 2016, Cam and I did not know our way around Long Beach like we do currently. And we tried pulling an all-nighter. We got false info that it left Long Beach, and then we realized it didn't. When we actually went out to West Colton pulling an all-nighter, and that failed miserably. We retreated back to Long Beach, and we missed it when it was in transit, apparently. So we threw in the towel. This
this makes up for 8 years of not getting 8100.
Got you.
Oh, thank
son of
you,
a
bitch. YouTube, there's our 17th NS Heritage unit. There goes West to Long.
And YouTube, for the last clip that was a little crazy for us, let's jump back to early 2016 when Cam and I caught the Katy Heritage Unit 1988, which is unbelievably in Long Beach as we speak, actually, right now.
No thanks.
We're not really a giant fan of that Heritage Unit. I mean, Cam,
It's my stalker.
I mean, it looks like a Dr. Pepper unit in my eyes.
Does.
I can make an exception for that, but yeah, give us 1989 anytime, YouTube, for the
Meanwhile,
real.
that thing hates me right now.
I know it keeps coming in and out of the LA Basin on the wrong days. It's crazy, but
Yeah.
anyway, YouTube, for this clip, let's jump to January, I think it was 27th, 2016. Cam and I did not know how trains entered West Colton's receiving yard at the time. Apparently, 1988 was on a train to get into West Colton. I got a belch coming on. Excuse me.
Sorry.
Thank God I don't fire back 100 feet like when I sneeze, but...
So anyway, we're thinking, oh, it's probably somewhere out on the Sunset Route still, maybe like by Palm Springs or something like that. Like, okay, whatever.
And once we got onto the 10 freeway, Cam, didn't we see it, on that manifest by the Sierra sighting, I think it was?
Yeah, we're driving and all of a sudden we see this westbound headlight. We're like, okay.
And all of a sudden we see 1980. Yeah, I remember this. We see 1988 with it, and we're like, "Oh shit!" So I get off the freeway, reverse back on the 10, and we try going to a bridge that spans the Alhambra sub there, YouTube, and we thought 1980 was going to pass there. Well, what I did not know is how trains get into West Colton. They pull up to the West End at West Colton, and then they shove their entire train into the receiving.
Right.
I didn't know that at the time, which today I do.
Yeah.
But and Cam and I go, shit. So we get back on Interstate 10, and I realized the only way that we were going to be able to get shots of it, I put on my emergency flashers and pull onto the shoulder safely.
Yep.
And I get out the right side of my car, and the video clip you're going to see is it shoving into the receiving end.
Yep.
So a little bit of stress, but I don't think nothing compared to 1071 or 8100. And YouTube, this concludes, and enjoy this clip of 1988 backing into West Colton Yard from early 2016. Fun one, Kim.
Oh yeah.
Enjoy, everyone.
How's it going, YouTube? Me and Extreme Padre fan are off the side of the 10 freeway near West Colton Yard. We're here getting the Katy locomotive, 1988, our 5th Heritage unit. Woo! YouTube, we were hoping to get this unit, and this is the only way we can. Here it is. Cam, get some shots of it. Here it is, YouTube, 1988, back towards West Colton. Woohoo! Cam, want me to write that? YouTube, here's proof that we got the Katy off the side of the 10 freeway. Woohoo! A little crazy way to start it, but we got the Katy, our 5th Heritage unit. There goes YouTube back into West Colton. Woo! YouTube, as we're traveling off the 10 freeway here, here's the Katy one more time, proof that we got it. Woohoo! Get an Extreme Padre fan?
YouTube, I take it back. We actually have a bit of an honorable mention, actually, in this case. And Cam would actually be the one to tell it, because I wasn't with him when this happened.
So this was, oh gosh, maybe 2010-ish, somewhere in there.
Somewhere in that
I
time
don't know
frame?
the exact date off the top of my head.
Yeah.
I would sometimes travel with my dad to some of his classes. One of the classes he had was in Riverside, right along the LA sub, right there at CP Streeter, at a real estate agency.
Yeah.
So occasionally I would tag along for that, and I would rail fan while the class went on, whatever. Hopefully catch a freight or two, but the LA sub, good lord.
Even back in those days, huh?
Yeah. But, so he was trying to get to the hotel or something where we were going to stay. I don't remember the entire detail.
Yeah.
But he got off at this wrong exit.
Do you remember which exit it was, Cam?
I don't.
Okay, it was 16 years ago, so a lot of time has
And
passed.
so anyway, we pull up to this grade crossing, and the sticks go down. All of a sudden, this, I believe it was eastbound, autorack goes through, and the concept was crazy. It was Ace, it was like C41-8W, there were like just bunch of random locomotives, and this thing was huge.
It must have been an empty autorack from Miraloma, if I had to
Like,
guess.
This thing was huge.
Riverside. So yeah, this had to have been an auto rack from Miraloma, even back in those days.
I mean, this thing was huge.
And YouTube, enjoy this very rare clip that Cam is...
I kind of foamed and excused the camera work from back then because I wasn't as good as I am now.
Yeah.
But still. Like,
enjoy this very rare clip that Cam got of an auto rack in Riverside in sometime in 2010. I forget the exact time.
Like, I'll find it. I'll find the date.
And there it is, YouTube.
Oh, lucky me. Oh, I love it. SC70 ACE, second unit. Oh, yeah. Can I get some, please? Thank you. Beautiful thing is we have to wait for it. Woohoo! Andros 51, this is for you, man. Yee-hoo! Oh, hells yes.
I like the 7 color one.
Oh, that was cool. Yeah, it was. There's another one for you. Oh.
Looks like they're carrying cars, huh?
Yep.
Bills.
Yeah, that's what those are. Autorackers. Oh, so lucky. Stupid car.
This is a long freaking train, man.
Who cares, man?
Here's the end coming in.
Any engines on the end?
No.
Oh, okay. Dibs on laptop when we get some room. I did not expect this UP autoracker at all.
Told you there are a lot of trains out here.
Oh.